Welcome to episode 62 of Think Big with Michael Zellner, all positive, no politics. My guest today is Ashley Greer. Ashley is a fashion model, a fitness model, an NPC bikini competitor, an influencer at LTK, and a dental assistant at Weiss and Glassel Orthodontics. She went to school at the University of Memphis, where she received a Bachelor of Professional Studies in Organizational Leadership. And since she told me that everyone calls her Greer, I will refer to her as Greer today. So welcome to the show.
Thank you so much for having me on here.
It's my pleasure. Tell us something interesting about yourself that most people don't know.
I'm kind of an open book. I feel like I share a lot of my life with people. All right, so I do know, most people know this too, but my guilty pleasure is watching the Kardashians. But like I said, if you know me, you already know that. I don't know something that's interesting that people don't know about me.
Well, I didn't know that about the Kardashians. So, I mean, that's something.
Oh, it's my guilty pleasure.
How long have you been watching them?
This season 2? Yes, actually, I caught up on it this morning.
Wow, very cool. So you went to school at Mumford High School. What are some of your best memories of school?
I guess being just from like a small town and being grateful just like for the little things in life. Literally, I love to go out to my parents' house and just like front porch sit and watch the hummingbirds and the butterflies. I know that sounds boring probably to some people, but like it's just the fact that you can go out there and just relax.
That has to be peaceful.
It's very peaceful. Plus, it's making memories too with your family.
Absolutely. How would your best friends describe you?
Energetic, very loud, fun.
Are you the life of a party?
Also very passionate.
Do you walk into a room and do you feel like that you have a presence when you're with your friends that you guys are just going to have fun and just automatically it's going to be that way?
Oh, for sure.
That's great. How are you able to balance life, work, and fitness so well?
I will say I don't have kids besides my dog, but I think that's my biggest thing as how I can balance, because I don't know if I would be as fit and into fitness if I did have kids. So let me just start with that. You moms out there, don't be hard on yourself, because kudos to you guys. But honestly, it's just getting into a good routine. I'm very strict about my routine. I do X, Y, and Z every single day. I don't really like to deter from that. I will, of course, but for the most part, it's just a consistent routine every single day.
You said, quote, "I was a patient of Dr. Weiss originally. I always enjoyed coming to the office because everyone made me feel so welcome and relaxed. After I started working in the dental field myself and had the opportunity to work here part-time in 2012, I jumped at the chance. One thing led to another, and now I have been here full-time since 2014. My personal goal is to make each patient that walks into this office feel as incredible as I felt every time I came here," unquote. You've been working at Weiss and Glassell now for 10 years. Tell us a little bit about your job and some of the people that you work with.
Honestly, my patients are the whole reason that I even love my job so much. Couldn't get probably a better patient load than we have. I guess with orthodontics, because you do have to go every 6 to 8 weeks, you get to actually build that relationship with them and build like a rapport with them. So it's just like when they come in, it's like seeing a friend again.
Right.
So I'm very close with a lot of our patients. I hang out with some of them too, like on the weekends and stuff. It's a small family, honestly.
What about some of the people that work there you work with, and the doctors and everything there?
Oh, the people could not ask for a better staff, honestly, especially when you have 16 to 17 female ladies working together. We have a lot of hormones, but I feel like that we do a pretty great job as to like being able to all kind of support each other and uplift each other in the times that we really need it. So it's the whole place is like having another family.
And it's not just an orthodontics office. The doctors and the staff there are involved with charitable organizations, local fundraising. Giving back to the community obviously is very important to everyone there, isn't it?
Yes, it's huge. A lot of times for Dr. Weiss's birthday, instead of getting him a gift, we would always give to like a charity because that touches his heart and like that's what he would want.
And what different organizations do you guys work with and give to the charities? I think I saw the Children's Museum was one of them.
Yeah, the Children's Museum. I'm not gonna lie, I cannot think of any
That's
off the
okay.
top of my head. He does do a lot of like the school fundraisers and stuff like that, where the baseball people have like the banners or the soccer players and stuff like
Awesome.
that. He'll support and try and help any type of school that asks for that.
So an influencer is someone who's built a solid following on social media. In November of 2019, you became an influencer at LTK. You said, quote, extremely excited to be allowed the opportunity to work with at Like to Know It. Tell us about how that came about and what you do for them.
So I basically just applied to it and somehow got accepted. I honestly, I can't even remember the criterias back then. Honestly think it was kind of like a blessing in disguise, to be honest with you. But basically you just post on there and like you post your outfits, any type of product you want to post, and you get a small commission out of it when people repurchase it.
Awesome. What is your biggest pet peeve?
My biggest pet peeve. I thought you said you were going to ask me anything first. I'm not gonna lie, I'm a pretty easygoing person. Stupidity. And I know that's kind of
No, that's
weird,
a pet peeve.
like, man, like someone that just doesn't think in general. I'm just like, really?
Hey, that actually is one of mine too. Believe it or not, I have three, and that's one of my, just like people that are just stupid, just not logical. So that is definitely a pet peeve. So you see, you did know it. You said, quote, last year broke me. People tend to not share the painful moments of their life. And I mean, who really wants to see that? But it's reality. Most important thing I can say is to take the time to grieve, take the time to heal yourself before you try and involve anyone in your life. You will have days where you cry, and that's okay. It's an emotion. It's part of healing. Find yourself, find what makes you happy and go after it. After all, this is where you will find true happiness, not only in your life. I am grateful for the struggles because it has grown me into a stronger woman that I didn't even know was in there, unquote. Being transparent, I think is just so powerful, and it shows strength, not weakness. Getting knocked down and always getting back up is when we really find out who we are. Isn't that right?
Very true. Very true.
You've had situations where that's happened to you before. What do you do? I mean, what steps do you go through in your mind to be able to get yourself going again?
Honestly, it's a process. It's like, first off, you want to cry, you want to hurt, I think you need to feel all the pain. I think it's okay to feel the pain. Some people have a tendency to not want to, but like, that's how you grow. That's how you kind of move on from it instead of trying to suppress it and act like it's not there. So I always think, cry about it, get mad about it, figure out how to get over it, and then live your life again.
One of my psychologists that I had years ago told me that people that get help and talk to other people, whether it's friends or whether it's, professional help, are way stronger than those that don't.
Oh, I did not know that, but
yeah.
I agree. I would 100% recommend counseling to anybody that struggles with anything. Luckily, I have a very great support system with my parents, with my best friends. Like I have such a good niche of people around me that whenever I do have something like that, I can go to any of them and like talk it out and not actually have to go to counseling, but I highly recommend counseling for anybody.
Oh, well, that is counseling in itself when you have friends.
It really is.
Yeah.
You can have 4 people that'll be honest with you and actually care and help you work through certain situations. I mean, it is counseling.
Right. Share with us a little bit about how you got started in the fitness world and when you decided to take it up a few levels to where you are with it right now.
So I've always been active, like with cheerleading and stuff growing up. In high school, I counted calories for whatever reason. I've never been overweight or anything like that, but like, I don't know. It's just always been something that's like for some reason, I've just always wanted to do that. Jamie Eason was probably my biggest influence growing up. She was on all the fitness covers, had the perfect body. And I'm like, I want to look like her. So I just started doing my research and things like that. I guess the time that I really got like strong into fitness, it was right around when fitness competitions, like everybody seemed like they were doing it. And then just over the years of just being consistent, it's just like, that's my form of like taking care of my mind and my body all at once. So I've just continued to do it over the years. I feel better mentally. I feel better physically, whole 9 yards.
Some people do not realize what dedication it takes to do what you do.
I'm not going to act like it was a walk in the park.
Right.
I don't want to ever be on that level again, probably.
Right.
But
So,
it was not a walk in the park. There'd be days that I would have to wake up at 2:30 in the morning just to get to the gym by 3 to be at work by 5:30.
wow.
So, I mean, and then I would go to the gym after that too. So there would be days that I have to do 2 days, and like I said, I don't want to do that dedication again.
Right. And that is definitely dedication.
Yeah.
What do the words that you said, quote, not heartless, just using my heart less, unquote, mean to you?
So the meaning of that is I'm not really a heartless person. Like I care deeply about people, but I'm limiting who I give my time to and who, just putting up more boundaries personally with people, and just, learning to really pour my heart into the people that I know care about me as much as I care about them.
What drives you and gives you the motivation and determination just to, keep going no matter what you're facing or dealing with?
I really think it's like, there's days whenever I go to work and I'm probably not in the best mood, but like just the patients expect that. And it's like, I get joy whenever they are appreciative of the work and just like of my kindness. Like they'll be like, you're so nice, you're so kind. Like that gives me joy. So it makes me want to be nice and kind to everybody. Because just something like that, you don't realize how that might actually touch someone.
Right.
Until you hear it and they're like, thank you for just being helpful.
So many people don't realize, I mean, my father was a podiatrist and he had a great bedside manner, and he made sure that the people that worked with him were the same. And that makes all the difference in the world. People, they just want to know that you care, especially when you're going into a doctor's office or a dentist or orthodontist. I mean, my God, they don't want somebody that's going to walk in and just be there for, walk in 5 minutes and then they're gone. They want someone that they want to know that you care, and that keeps people coming back. And that's why you guys have been so successful and as busy and as many people that work there, because obviously, you guys care about people there.
Yeah, we do. I mean, honestly, if you didn't care about people, you wouldn't be able to keep the job. He just wasn't having it.
Yeah.
He'd be like, oh, you can go to the door. We're about people and caring around here.
I've actually switched doctors, in my lifetime that had a horrible bedside manner. If you sit out in the waiting room and you wait an hour and the waiting room is packed with people, and then you go to the back and you wait another hour, and they come in and they're there for 3 or 4 minutes. I'm like, I don't want someone who's just running people through their office. Just like I said, and I've switched doctors. So that obviously says a lot about you, and it says a lot about the staff there too. So that's great.
Yeah.
Quote, wow, 2020 was a year not only for me, but for everyone. It was a year of growth, a year of finding myself again, a year of really focusing and believing that God has a plan that is greater than mine. Not all things go our way. And when that happens, understand that there is greater than what we could imagine. Have faith, keep striving, and most of all, enjoy the ride. Remember to smile and really learn to love life, because we only get one shot, unquote. I love that post. That was the first year of COVID, as we all know. And then suddenly almost everything around us, was different. It changed. How were you able to, find yourself again during such a difficult time?
A lot of grieving went on through 2020. I went through like an awful breakup. I grew from that, but I mean, that was probably my lowest point in life too, though. Like very, very heartbroken, very, many days of laying on the floor thinking, oh my gosh, this is ever going to get better. Knowing that in the end it will, but like it was just one of those things that's like, all right, I've got to go through this. And, sometimes not that like your support system's not good, but like just kind of being alone and going through those emotions too, because I mean, it's COVID. You really can't be around anybody.
Right.
I really think kind of helped strengthen me and show like, hey, you're actually stronger than you really thought you were. Like, you can get through this. You're good. Pick yourself up. And I had a dog, I have dogs and stuff. So I was like, pick yourself up. You got to take care of your dogs. You got to take care of this house that you have. So it's like, you just kind of have to like still grieve, but get up at the end of the day.
And when you're grieving, sometimes people don't know what to say. And we know that, and sometimes the typical thing is, hey, it's going to be okay. You'll get through this. That's, basically, someone's trying to be supportive. They just don't know. But each person has to go through something on their own, the way they're going to do it.
That you do, honestly. Sometimes it's just like, I have to do this on my own. And I don't really, not that you don't really need people, but like, you don't need people, if that makes sense.
Yeah, it does. As hard as you go at it with exercise, I've seen, videos you've done, and you really work hard. I know you have to have some food guilty pleasures sometimes too.
Oh, for sure.
What are they?
I will say, I do not limit myself on what I eat. Like, as far as if I want a cheeseburger, I'm going out and I'm getting a cheeseburger. But that same week, I might not eat like 5 cheeseburgers.
Right.
I'll eat 1 cheeseburger a week. Desserts, when my birthday rolls around, I get most of my cake to myself. My mom gets me a huge cake because she knows how much I love cake. And I eat almost all of it, besides what I give, like, whenever we're celebrating. So yes, I do have guilty pleasures. I love sugar. I love which I post a lot about on Instagram. You'll always see me having like an energy drink and some gummy bears or some sticky candy.
And
love that stuff.
Because you're working out so hard, it doesn't affect your weight, does it?
I mean, let me say, I am very mindful too whenever I'm eating it. I don't eat a whole bag in one sitting or anything like that. But for the most part, because I've counted calories and done this for so many years, I can kind of know where I can, go a little off course and then get back on track. So it's an even kill once you've done it for so many years.
So you have good portion control, then you're able to stop yourself.
Very good portion control. I hate being full. I hate that feeling more than anything in the world. I just hate it. I used to get like that where I'm like, oh, I love being full. I hate being full. It's miserable. Heartburn, I guess, as you get older.
Yeah.
I'm like, can't take it.
Yeah, wait till you get in your mid 40s and start having that heartburn. It's not fun when that starts. That's the one thing that I've always struggled with is portion control. I've yo-yoed with my weight over 20 to 30 years. And a big part of it is that you just keep eating when you're like, okay, I can just have a couple pieces of pizza. You don't have to eat the whole pizza. So
right.
That's, takes a lot of discipline.
It does. I mean, I'm not going to lie and act like that I haven't gone overboard before many times.
Right. But you're entitled to, you work hard for it.
Yeah. Yeah.
You said, quote, in a cruel world, be the light. I don't always wake up happy or in a good mood, but I do try hard every day to make sure to be kind, but there are days I fail. We are human. We all struggle, but just a small little smile can go a long way for someone, unquote. Everyone we know is going through something tough in life. I don't care how much money you have. I don't care if you're a celebrity, an athlete, everybody's going through something, and giving someone, like you talked about, that small little smile and just being compassionate to people. It comes down to a choice that we make each day, doesn't it?
It does. I mean, it's literally a choice to be nice to people. Like, it's not that hard though.
I know.
It's really not that hard to be nice, but I think that also just like the people that are not nice need it the most.
Right.
Because evidently they're going through something and there's something that's probably more underlying issue. So like they probably need it the most.
Right. And you never know when you're walking, past someone, normally we say, hey, how you doing? That's just something people say.
Yeah.
You're not trying to be mean. If you're hoping the answer is going to be, hey, I'm doing okay. But there are people that you talk to that you're your friends that are not okay. And if
Right.
they're close to you, you know, they need that smile, they need that shoulder. And you've had to have it before where you've needed your friends, and I'm sure your friends have needed you too.
Yeah. I will say the one place that I'm not the friendliest is the gym. It's one of those things that, like, I love to be nice to everybody and I love to talk. So it's like, if I make eye contact with someone, it's over. My train of thought's gone. So I will put the hoodie on, put the hat on, walk in the gym, and just like not have any peripheral vision of anything except where I'm going. So that's probably the one place I'm not the friendliest.
But you're mindful of what you're doing there. You have to be focused, and that's
Yes,
important to you.
yes. And like that's my escape from the world. That's my escape to, focus in on me at that time.
Right.
And like my issues, my goals, my everything. So it's like I have to kind of shut people off in that area when I go.
That makes sense. And, and a lot of guys in the gym sitting there and looking at girls and everything, and you don't want to have to fool with that. You're like, I'm here to work out. Leave me alone.
Exactly. Like, please just attend to your business like I'm attending to mine.
Exactly. Coco Rocha is a Canadian fashion model, is known as one of the first digital supermodels. And she's an author, and she collaborated on the book Study of Pose back in 2014. And you had the opportunity to work with her and her team in New York City. That's pretty awesome. Tell us a little bit about that experience.
So she has a camp, and you apply to the camp and whatnot. I did not know until I got to the camp that she literally handpicks everybody herself. Like, she goes through, checks your social medias, and like literally handpicks you to come to the camp. It was the best experience because she's just real and raw, and like you get any and everything when it comes to the real world and modeling and the fashion industry. Like, you get it all with her. And she's so encouraging, and she's just real. And sometimes that's hard to find these days in, life, that like just someone that's real and honest with you about different things. So it was the best experience. Plus it's in New York. So you can only imagine how amazing that is.
Right. And the picture she picked out for you that you posted was awesome.
Yeah. So she picks those out too. Like, she hand picks those out once you take them and everything. So she is so hands-on that it's amazing. Like, I can't believe she's just one of a kind, honestly.
Yeah, because someone like that, as famous as she is, and as much money as she makes, she doesn't have to be, but she is.
No, but she has such a big heart, and like literally like wants people to know the ins and outs. And she wants people to succeed.
Right. Yeah, I watched a few of her YouTube clips and everything, and that's the general feeling that I got about her, is that she just does care.
Yeah, she really does. She really does. We actually have, like, our particular camp has a group on Instagram where we still like all chat back and forth, ask for people's opinions and different things like that. And if it's like very, very serious, Coco will actually give her input too. Like she still keeps up with everyone.
Great. That's awesome. It's good to hear things. There are people like that are famous and
Yes.
still do that. That's awesome.
Yes.
You said, quote, when you're surrounded by good energy, it makes your heart happy, unquote. What do you believe that you engage don't you believe the people that you engage with and surround yourself with on a daily basis is what it's all about?
For sure. For sure. I'm truly blessed to have ladies that I work with that like keep me laughing and keep my spirits up.
Right.
Because sometimes you can get some mean customers in there, and it's like you just kind of got to laugh about it and go on to the next one. But I'm very blessed to be able to work with such amazing women that can keep me going throughout the day. Plus, blessed to have friends that just make me love life.
And it makes it to where you want to go to work because you know that you're going to be entertained. You're going to laugh.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, you know, you look forward to it.
And I love laughing. I don't know if you watched or listened to, the Linked Up podcast that I
do.
did.
Yeah, they're awesome.
Tony and Raul, and laughing the whole entire time.
Yeah. Yeah. Tony and Raul are great. I was on there at the end of May, and Tony, as I've mentioned to you off air, is the one that he's actually came over to my house 5 different times in a 2-week period before I started the podcast. And I'd never met him in person before until I'd gone over. I've known Raul for years, but Tony, I didn't know in person. We'd just been Facebook friends. And he came over here 5 different times in a 2-week period before I started the podcast in the middle of June to teach me everything that I needed to know to record and to download and to post. I knew none of it. And he took the time out.
Nice.
Unbelievable. I mean, just genuine, nice guy. And yeah, I had a good time on there too. So yeah, it's definitely a podcast that people should listen to, is the Linked Up podcast, because they're great.
I've known them for years on years, back in my 20 days.
Right. Yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah.
Tell us about Chunk.
Oh, Chunky Bear. So me and my ex shared him. It was actually his dog. He had him before we started dating. He was just a unique, one-of-a-kind pit bull. He was bred for size, so he was massive. His head's like 26 inches big. Just could not have asked for a better dog, though. Like, he was just so chill and just funny. There would be days where I'd go and take a bath and he would literally sit right at the bathtub every single time and just be like guard dog, like not leaving her side. So he was our heart and soul for many years.
Do you have another dog now?
I do. I have Ace now. Very blessed because he's in competition with Chunk as to being the best dog ever. He's not as big. He's a rescue. They were going to actually euthanize him. And he kept popping up on my Facebook urgent list. So I finally go and I'm like, I am looking for this little dog. They're like, oh yeah, he's in the back. He's about to get put down. I was like, no. Whatever I got to pay today, I will pay it. Just let me take him home. So he is just, he's got my heart, but just so sweet.
You know, I talk about this a lot on my podcast, that I believe that, you know, in synchronicity and things happen the way they're supposed to happen. And like that picture popping up was supposed to happen, because you said, you saw it several times and that came up for a reason. You were supposed to get Ace.
Yes, because I had him whenever I was kind of going through my lowest moments and whatnot. And he's such a sweet little cuddler. Like, he will literally like put his head and his arm on you. And it's just like, almost like a human, because it's like, oh my gosh, you're just so sweet. But like, I needed him probably more at that time than he needed me. But like, you're not wrong with that. Like, definitely think it happened for a reason. Yeah.
And I mean, the timing, I mean, that's what I said. You were going in and they were about to put him down.
Yeah.
And you saved his life. And in turn, he helped to save yours too.
He did.
Yeah. I'm a huge dog lover.
He's in a pod.
Yeah. I mean, mine saved me all the time. I mean, you know, they're unconditional love, and people that have never had a dog don't understand.
No, they won't.
I tell my friends, as much as you love your kids is how much I love my dogs.
Yes. I agree with that.
Yeah.
He awesome. Is my child.
Yeah.
I'm like, I got to get home. I got to walk my dog. I got to feed my dog.
Right. Exactly.
I got to spend time with my dog.
And you want to spend time with your dogs a lot of times more than people.
I know. They don't really talk, so it's nice.
Right. Imagine what they could say if they could talk and tell stuff about us. Oh my God.
Oh gosh. He would say my mom's a clown.
I can't even, what mine would say is, why is this idiot talking to us all the time and doing this and taking pictures of us and all that? So, I mean, but yeah, they're awesome. You said, quote, "Happy Father's Day to the 2 men who have raised me. Very blessed to have them both," unquote. Tell us about your dad, Andy, and Dee.
So Andy's my real dad, and then Dee is my stepdad. Of course, you know, everyone loves your real dad and everything. He gives me the world. I'm very blessed to have Dee. He's always taken me underneath his wing and treated me just like his own child. You would never know any different, honestly. He has a son who is my brother, of course, but you would never know that I was not his real child, because I think sometimes he treats me better than he treats my brother. And I'm always considered the golden child, which they're probably not wrong. But I also am the daughter, so I'm the girl. So it's like, it's, you know, little girls are just different than boys.
Yes, they are, for sure. I believe that your brother Austin recently just got married. So you have
He
an
did.
sister, Madison.
Uh-huh.
Such a good looking couple. I know you're really happy and proud of them. And you said, quote, the love I have for this kid is like none other, unquote. Share with us a little bit about Austin and his wife, Madison.
So Austin's 10 years younger than me. So I was 10 whenever he was born. And it's it's just one of those things. It's a love that you can't even probably describe, but it's like so protecting and so like mother bear like. Because I was so much older at the time whenever my mom had him and stuff that like I was like, no, like it's kind of like mine too. So I mean, I'd take a bullet for that kid if I needed to. And then his wife she's great. She loves him unconditionally because he can be mean at times. Uh, but she's great. She puts up with him. So I'm like, kudos to you, girlfriend.
What does he do?
He works for the postal office.
Cool. And is she a stay-at-home mom to be?
No, they don't have kids yet.
Yeah, are they gonna have, are
Dogs.
there plans to have kids? I'm sorry, that's what I meant to say.
They eventually, I don't think it's on the radar just yet, since they just got married in August. She works for a pharmacist.
Cool. Your mom, Jamie Day, is a real estate agent with Mid-South Residential. And there are a few things that you have shared about her. On her birthday, September 6th, you said, quote, happy birthday to the rock of our whole family. This is one of the most amazing humans I know. She is selfless, caring, nurturing, but stern. She never meets a stranger, and she takes care of everyone and will do anything to lend a hand. She is the one I strive to be and will never be able to fill her shoes. Hope you had the best birthday yet. I love you more, unquote. And then you also said, truly blessed to have you as my role model. You're the strongest and smartest woman I know. No idea what I would do without you, my rock, my biggest cheerleader. Thank you for always supporting me. I love you, unquote. Tell us a little bit about, obviously, the special relationship with the person who you refer to as your best friend.
You're going to make me get emotional. she's literally like, I'm so sorry.
That's okay.
She's just like none other, honestly. I think once you know her, you know exactly like what I'm talking about. But when I say she would help out anybody, if anybody was in need, she's there. Just to support someone that's going through a hard time, someone that might have lost somebody, like she'll be the first one to be there for anybody. Hey, what can I do? Hey, what can I bring? What do you need for me to do? Sometimes my brain doesn't register to do things like that, like hers does. And that's kind of the area where I'm like, man, I wish I could be more like you. Like, I wish my thinking level would be more like hers to take on such a nurturing role to everybody. If you come to my parents' house, you're automatically family. Like, she'll like figure out what your favorite food is. That way, if you come over again, she's like, hey, I got this for you because I knew you were coming. Even all of my stepdad's friends, she's like, hey, I made meatloaf because I know you love meatloaf and I knew you were coming over today. So she's the best in every aspect.
You know, something I saw when I saw her Facebook page is that she posts a lot of pictures of dogs to try to help people to save dogs.
Yes,
You know,
yes.
and to me, that just showed
rules of her own.
Yeah, that to me showed obviously huge heart.
Big heart.
And she must be a really good real estate agent too. I mean, if she is a people person like that and the personality you're talking about, I know she has to kick butt in real estate.
So she actually does real estate on the side. Her full-time job is a bookkeeper, but She just kind of started doing real estate on the side. I mean, me and my brother are both grown now, so it's like kind of like her niche to kind of have her own thing. Because we're so busy doing our lives that she's like, all right, well, now that I've raised y'all, what do I do?
Right. So I know that you cherish every moment that you spend together, and that is just everything.
Yes, yes.
What are the most important lessons that you've learned in your life?
Ooh, important lessons. That's a tough one.
Okay. You've probably talked about a few of them today already, about different things about kindness and things like that too.
Yeah, probably I mean, that's my biggest thing. And I mean, I post about that nonstop on my Instagram. You can
Yep.
see, because I really don't know how, I don't think some people realize how far it'll actually go into someone else's life. Like, it goes a long way. It goes a long, long way. And just to be caring about other people's feelings, just be nice. Like, just be nice. It's not that hard.
And I've said that to so many different people. I know exactly where you're coming from. I just can't register, because the way I was brought up, I was very blessed to have two parents that have always loved me and were married for 48 years. And so, I mean, my dad was so good to his patients, and they genuinely loved him. And so the qualities that he taught me and my mom taught me was that you be nice. If you're not going to, especially when I was younger, if you're not nice, the belt, the switch, I got it. And so I was taught that. It was, ingrained in me at an early age. And so not that everyone can't be mean sometimes, of course,
Exactly.
but, I've just
We all
don't,
have our day.
right.
We're
But just,
still human at the end of the day.
just be nice. You're right. Just like you said, it's just not that hard at all.
No,
How
and
can,
if you don't be nice, just don't say anything at all.
yes, very
Just
good.
keep to yourself. It's that
Exactly.
easy.
How can people find you and follow you on Instagram?
Okay, so my Instagram handle is just Ash Greer. And then Facebook, I'm not gonna lie, I connect the two, but I'm not. I think it's just Ash Greer too on Facebook, but I'm not sure. Don't quote me.
Are you on any other social media? Is it just those two?
I have TikTok. I'm slowly, and I mean very slowly, getting into the filming. I'm a big OCD person, so like, it has to be perfect. It has to be on point. It has, like, everything has to be perfect in order for me to post like a video.
Right.
That sometimes the TikTok is a little difficult for me, because I'm like, I can do better, or I don't like that. So the TikTok's hard, but I'm trying.
I really enjoy your creative and sometimes just fun post on Instagram. Your personality comes shining through, and it's why I wanted to, have you on. And it's really apparent to me that you love what you do. You love the people around you. And it's also refreshing to see someone that smiles almost all the time.
I'm a big smiler. I'm not gonna lie and act like I don't have a great life. I've been truly blessed with the life that I have. So 90% of the time, I am a very, very, very happy person. But it's not something that I haven't had to work on. Like we've kind of talked about throughout here. Like, yes, I've had my ups and downs. I do not let that define my day, though. Even if I'm sad, there are days where, like, just smiling alone can make it a little bit better. Being nice to someone, even whenever you're struggling, can make you, at the end of the day, a little bit better. Like, it makes it not as painful. It makes it not as hard. So smiling is, like I said, laughing and smiling is one of my favorite things to do. Like when the elf said, smiling's my favorite, like, I felt that deeply.
Right. You have such a good inspirational message, and that's why I wanted to bring you on to share that. And you've done a lot of good things. So just keep doing what you're doing.
I really appreciate that, because I try and post from the heart, and I don't, like, with us talking about all this, I don't know if it even gets like perceived, but this whole week I've had probably 4 or 5 of you people like reach out and just really say how grateful you are for me to do that. So like, it's very inspiring to know that, like, you can see my true personality, and you can see exactly who I am through what I do post.
Yep. And you were unsure. And so when you were unsure, the synchronicity in the world worked itself out, and you got the message just to let you know you're doing great.
Well, thank you. I appreciate that. And thank you so much for having me.
It's been my pleasure. Thanks so much. Take care.
Bye.
Bye.